I think the last time I was here at this show, I was 19 years old. So that was like 5 plus 20 years ago. Cars from Nebraska,
on the way
Tennessee,
in here, yeah.
I see Oklahoma right there. There's Michigan.
There's Colorado.
I'll bet every single state's here, don't you?
Yeah.
Probably so. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. Today we are at the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. What do you think, Caden?
Well, so far the tractors are big.
We've not even made it inside. We just made it to the front door. Man, this is a sweet tractor. I think I saw this tractor on Triple T Farms, but I think the last time I was here at this show, I was 19 years old. So that was like 5 plus 20 years ago. Yeah, Caden wasn't around then, but I'm really excited to see what they have here. And we're on a mission today because what are we doing, Caden?
We're trying to find the biggest tractor.
The biggest tractor. Caden said he wants to have the biggest tractor made when he gets older. So we're on a mission today to find the biggest tractor on the whole show. We found our first entry into the biggest tractor of the show, and that's the Versatile. It's 620 horse. This thing is a monster.
20? I thought he said
620 horse.
I thought he said 680.
Yeah, no, this thing is a beast. Has duals on the front and the rear. What do you think, Caden?
It's insane.
Is this big enough? No, not yet. You think there's bigger?
Yeah, there's one bigger.
What do you think, man? Does that have a jump seat so I can ride with you?
Yeah. Right here.
Man.
Let's just turn on the lights.
Let's just fire it on up and go harvest some corn. What do you think?
Let's just drive it out of here.
You ready?
Honk honk.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. 620 horse Cummins CX-15. What's this one? Is that a Fendt? Oh, that's a cool machine right there. What do you think of that one?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
But
I might actually be able to drive that one. That other one over there, man, that Versatile, I don't know if I could even drive it. You?
No.
All right, we found our way to the TYM booth. This is a T130, and this is a pretty good sized tractor here. This would be an enormous tractor for our farm. Now, you know, our neighbor had his 100 horse Z-Tor, and this is probably frame-wise about the same size as his, but this is a pretty good entry. What do you think? Would this be big enough?
For us?
Well, you said you wanted the biggest tractor made.
No.
You don't think this cuts it?
I think that first one was big.
Well, so far I found my favorite because I love these enormous tractors with tracks. What do you think, man?
It's giant.
Giant? How many horse do you think that one is?
655.
655? I'm guessing since it's a T9 655, that's probably what it is.
Or it just has 9 horsepower.
What was the Versatile?
What?
620? So this is a little bit bigger than that Versatile. You want to talk about feeling out of place, talking about these enormous machines right here. I talked to the guy over at the Versatile booth, and he was talking about the large tractor, and he was asking what kind of farming we do, and I said, well, we've got 38 acres of trails and chickens and goats. So yeah, completely out of our element here. This is a pretty sweet machine.
There's a seat for you.
What do you think, man?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, we're definitely out of our element. This tractor, I'll guarantee you, costs more than our whole farm. This is pretty sweet though, isn't it? You think you could drive this? Is this big enough?
No.
No? Still not big enough? No. Man, what are we gonna have to do to find a tractor that's big enough for Caden? All right, guys, well, we found another monster entry into our biggest tractor of the show, and that's the John Deere 410. This thing is a monster, and it's on tracks. I love these big tractors on tracks. This is a 410 horse model, and this is from Wright Implement. They have dealerships around Kentucky and Indiana, so if you are in that area and you are interested in John Deere equipment, Wright Implement. Is this one as comfortable as the others you've been in?
Like a little bit
It's
more.
like leather seats. It's fancy, isn't it? I think that'd do the business, man. It's a little bit bigger than the Kubota, isn't it? Hey, listen, I've never necessarily been a John Deere fan, but this is one good-looking machine.
It's not a John Deere.
It is a John Deere.
It is a John Deere.
It is a John Deere. Does that mean it holds 1,000 gallons of diesel? That gives you a little insight into the scale of farming that a machine this size would take. 1,000-gallon diesel tank. All right, guys, well, you know, I'm a Kubota guy. I talked to one of the representatives over here, and he said the biggest Kubota makes is a 200-horse tractor, but the biggest one they have here at the show is the M7. Now, the M7 you can get in all the way up to 170 horse, which is a pretty big tractor. What do you think? You think that'd be big enough for you?
No.
No? Well, you all about them 600 horse jobbies? What are you gonna farm that you need 600 horse to pull?
I'm gonna get a giant.
Huh?
I'm gonna get like this whole place to myself, and then I'm gonna farm it down, and then I'm gonna plant.
Farm it down like corn, soybeans. I hope he's inheriting some money and some land that I don't know about, because otherwise his dreams are gonna be crushed. Still got jump seat and all, don't it? Does that one have
For
GPS and all that? That's pretty nice, isn't it?
For my kid.
For your kid? That'd be living a life, wouldn't it? It'd be just fine if you had enough ground to farm to use one of these, wouldn't it? So Caden's having a really good time going around the show trying to find the biggest tractors and get to climb up in them and check them out. You know, if you've got kids, you really need to bring them to this show and let them check it out and get excited about the equipment. It's pretty cool. You get to get hands-on and see all of it, so it's pretty neat. It's a little bigger bucket than the BX, isn't it?
Bear claw.
Bear claw. Well, since we're making a video about the biggest tractors at the show, this is not one of the biggest tractors at the show, but what it is a monster version of like the Kubota BX.
No, it's his brother.
Yeah, it's like the big brother to the Kubota BX. This thing is a beast. 14-foot backhoe, got the big grapple on the front. This is an industrial model for sure. It doesn't even have headlights. This is a pretty sweet machine. I just kind of wanted to share this. It's a Kubota M62. Pretty cool outfit. All right, well, we found a good-looking new hauling out here. This is 300 horse. What do you think, Caden? Big enough?
I don't know.
Not quite, huh? Well, we had to stop by the LS booth. Now, LS, the largest tractor they make is 101 horsepower, and they didn't bring that tractor. They didn't bring that tractor with them today. Blooper reel. Well, they didn't bring the 101 horse model with them today, but they did bring the 74 horse behind me, which is a pretty sweet tractor. All right, well, we found another cool one. So Caden's got to get up in this big fence. This is a pretty sweet machine here. Look at those tracks. What do you think, brother?
Oh my goodness, this chair.
This is pretty sweet, isn't it?
Stay up, seat.
You think that'll do the business?
Yeah, why does my seat keep going down though? Like,
pretty comfy, ain't it?
I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
All right, guys. Well, I think we found it. Did we find it? The biggest tractor of the show. 715 horse case. Peak 778 horse, it says. What do you think, Caden?
She's giant.
She's giant. You think this would be big enough for your farm?
Yes.
All right. How many acres you gonna farm with this thing?
25,000.
25,000 acres. I'll bet you there's some guys out there doing it. I don't know. So this is definitely one of the main attractions for kids and adults alike. 715 horse. This thing is a beast. Caden's waiting his turn to climb up in there. What do you think of this, huh? Man.
It's too big.
Oh, I cracked my head. You need like several touch screens.
You gotta
two-tone leather interior.
sit down.
What do you think? We ready to harvest?
Yeah.
Well, Caden, what's your favorite part of the show, man?
Sitting in these tractors.
Sitting in these big old tractors. This thing is a beast, isn't it? It's pretty cool. All right, well, we better climb down and give the next person a turn. You ready?
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, we've made our rounds and we found the biggest tractor at the show, and we've had a great time. Caden, what do you think?
Yep, it was really cool.
It's pretty awesome, wasn't it? It's worth coming to the show, for sure. All right, well, guys, we hope you enjoyed today's video. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.